This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by AMD. Welcome back to the episode of Ask the Buffalo. I'm your host, John Wren. Just a show where you could ask me any question you might have from the ever-expanding world of technology and sometimes a little bit outside of it. Up this week, we're going to talk about Nokia perhaps putting out an Android device. We're going to talk about some personal things, what I might do in the future. We're going to talk about a delicious stock version of HTC One and a few other tech goodness things. This is Ask the Buffalo. Let's get Ask the Buffaloing. First question comes from Twitter. User Kyle Hole asks, at John4Lakers, do you think Nokia will ever go to Android if Windows Phone never really takes off? A lot of people thought Nokia was going to go to Android when their Symbian platform that they were backing started to flail and falter. It was really popular around the world, but they weren't getting traction against iOS and Android. They surprised everyone when Microsoft swooped in like a romantic Fabio and picked them right up off their feet and whispered sweet nothings and said Windows Phone is going to be the next great operating system. We should give you a ton of cash. You should put it on all your phones. And of course, Nokia was all, oh, my hero. And they did. And so we've had a few fruits of that labor, of course. We've got the Lumia 900, Lumia 920, 925, 928, 927.25, and all the other Lumia phones yet to come. So are they ever going to go to Android? There have been rumors that they've had some Android prototypes kicking around for a while. My bet, though, is no. They have too much Microsoft money lining their pockets to ever let that happen. But I've been wrong before. You can just ask my wife. But I wouldn't bet on it happening anytime, at least in the next 5 to 6 years. Hopefully that helps answer your question. This one comes from Twitter as well. User AlexMD2 asks, at John4Lakers, career plans after TB? Well, I hope that I'm doing TB for a very long time. Please don't get rid of me, at least not yet. I love doing this. I do this out of passion, and I still can't believe that it's a job. So I hope that I'm doing this for a very, very, very long time. But years down the road, there are things I like to do in addition to doing this, assuming I can still remain relevant. First, I always mentioned earlier that I would love to run for political office. Ideally, I think that I would like to be probably just a one-term congressman who could tell very clearly what was going on in Congress, and I could say, hey, I was offered a bribe today, or hey, this happened, knowing very well I probably would never get reelected, but at least pull back the curtain and shed some light on what's going on in the world, and especially with our own government here in the US. I feel like there needs to be a voice for a younger generation that's just not been represented. And I would love to try and be that voice. Also, having started a small business and sort of going through that struggle looking for funding, I would love to start a Techno Buffalo fund or a John Rettinger venture capital firm where I can invest in small startups. You need a little bit of money with some great ideas to hopefully take off. I would love to be able to give other people the opportunity that I was given. So those are the two things that I would love to do in addition to having hopefully a huge family someday. Hopefully that helped answer your question. All right, the next one comes from Benjamin Nicolaju, who asks, at John4Lakers, what inspires the team aside from the audience? Well, I can't speak for the rest of Techno Buffalo staff, but I can say for what has sort of inspired me and gets me moving every day and got me out of bed during the bad days when we tried to launch Techno Buffalo, we crashed and failed, and that is, I hate to lose. I am insanely competitive to a fault. If there's a site that's bigger or there's a YouTube channel that's larger, I need to compete. I don't always have to win, but I always got to feel like I am doing my best to fight and sort of get up every day and do the best that I can. And if I don't, I feel really bad about myself. If I come into work and I don't film or I don't get a chance to do everything I want to do, I go home feeling really crappy, in all honesty. So that motivates me. Also, the ability to certainly provide for a family is a big motivating factor for me as well. And also the ability to maybe make a difference, even if it's a small way, to some folks out there. Picking a cell phone is a nice choice. Picking the best tablet is a nice way to help. But maybe I could inspire someone to be a little nicer to a kid at school, or maybe have an outlook a little bit different, or perhaps inspire someone to start their own business. That'd be ways I like to try and make a difference, and doing things like that, even if it's only 1 or 2 times throughout my entire career online. I think it'll be worth it. Next question comes from Gorgim013, who asks, at John4Lakers, what do you think about the HTC One Googly Edition? Well, that just got announced a few days ago after weeks of HTC saying, nope, you ain't gonna do that. Don't look over here. We don't have an HTC Nexus Google Edition phone. And then they said, yeah, we do. I'm super excited about it. But it begs a very interesting questions. So when HTC is trying to sell the HTC One and Samsung's trying to sell the Galaxy S4, they're selling the software features. Samsung is saying, hey, look at all of our awesome S stuff that we got going on, and then they're saying, hey, maybe you don't want any of that, you just want the phone itself. And same thing at HTC, they're saying, hey, our Sense is awesome, we got Blink Feed, but hey, here's an option to not have that. So it kind of makes you wonder how effective those marketing campaigns are going to be, or if the companies are trying to sort of undermine themselves. We had a big debate here in the office in our company chat room about all that stuff. So I think there's a lot of interesting things about it. Either way though, I think anytime there's choice for the consumer to pick the best device for them, I think that works out well. $600 is definitely an expensive proposition. It almost double the cost of the Nexus 4, but people want to buy it. It's going to be there. I can't wait to check it out. I would love an HTC One with stock Google without having a root or go through anything like that. I think it'd be pretty cool. So just from a geek standpoint, I'm kind of excited. What do you guys think? You excited? Not excited? I would love to hear your thoughts. So let me take a minute to thank our friends at AMD. So we've already checked out what AMD's A-series processor can do when it comes to games. We played some serious Left 4 Dead, kicked up the settings 1080p, and it handled it no problem. But what about stuff that you do on a regular basis? Maybe you don't play games every day, but you want to do your word processing and maybe some light games from the Windows Store. Let's go ahead and check out how that works. So we've got Microsoft Office 365 all loaded up here. I use Microsoft Word the most, so let's go ahead and launch that guy. See how quickly it loads, switches on over to desktop mode. Go ahead and open up a new blank document, and you are good to go. And as quickly as you can type is as quickly as it will show up there. So there's no delay, no lag, anything you want to do, it can absolutely rock it. Let's go ahead and close on out of here. Don't save, and all the rest of the Microsoft Office suite opens up really quickly. Let's go ahead and open up, for example, Excel. So first time it's ever been opened on this computer, actually. And boom, we are good to go. So what about some light gaming as well? Let's say you want to play some Cut the Rope. We had that one all queued up. Go ahead and hit replay, and you can feed the Om-Nom as much as he wants, and everything just works fast. And that's really the moral here. You don't even notice that it's using very little power. It's dead quiet, and anything you want to do in the computer just works. It's really the best compliment I can give this machine. Is anything you throw at it, it can just rock and handle, and it does it with dead silence. It's like hearing an electric car drive by. It's just to say you don't hear anything. And I really got to give this thing a ton of credit. Let's go ahead and try one more. What about some Fruit Ninja? Let's go ahead and open that sucker up right here. And we can play some Ninja. You can see on any touchscreen it'll work. When this comes in tablet format, of course, you'll be able to play it right on the touchscreen. And things just work fast. Fans aren't even loaded up on this guy. Everything just handles it pretty well. So it can handle games, it can handle Word, Excel, PowerPoint, it can handle photo editing, anything you want to do. This guy can absolutely rock it, all while delicately sipping juice and saving you battery life, which is of course important. So the answer is, can it play? Yeah. Can it edit? Yeah. Can it do everything? Absolutely. So AMD's A-series chips, definitely the way to go. Thank you guys for watching the episode of Ask the Buffalo. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am your host, John Rettinger. I'm back here every week answering your questions, so please continue to ask them. We most definitely appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up. Check us out at technobuffalo.com for the latest and greatest tech news, and I'll see you in the next video.